Hello, Hi, everyone. It's interesting to examine love, or what we say as love, what we say as awareness, how we perceive these things, or how we perceive them as concepts, how what we've been calling love, looking within ourselves and looking at the external world, what we see, what we can see, is patterns such as, I will only love myself if. Wait, if? When? What? Huh? Right there. That's already not love. That's the fake, inverted, conceptual, conditional interpretation, monochrome facsimile of love, which we have conceptualized as love. And then we have our conceptual language with which we interpret ourselves, with which we process our perception of what we might call reality or the universe, these concepts. And so we come up with more layers of concepts, further conceptualizing the concepts and further conceptualizing those concepts. And we can keep going on. As many layers of conceptualizing concepts as we might like. And then we conceptualize that as deep. But that's never left the realm of the conceptual. That is only the realm of the conceptual. No matter how many layers, it is still the realm of the conceptual. No matter how much we refine and polish the conceptual language, it is the realm of the conceptual. Attempting to encapsulate the infinite into the finite. And that lens through which we perceive things, filter things. The structure, the reflections of energy, patterns. Then what we have, we conceptualize awareness. We conceptualize that we're aware by conceptualizing awareness as the concept of awareness. And then we think we're aware because it's like drawing a picture of Earth, shining a flashlight on it and thinking you're going to light up the world. That's basically what we've been doing. And that's what I've been doing. I didn't realize how much I'd been doing that. Because that's the thing. When we conceptualize conceptual awareness as awareness, we conceptually convince ourselves that conceptual awareness is awareness. And awareness is not conceptual. Awareness is beyond the conceptual. We could have the most intelligent human to have ever existed, ever. Most intelligent. Some miraculous thing, their IQ still increases tenfold. The most intelligent human to have ever existed in all of infinity. Even then, they cannot be aware through conceptualizing. Intelligence is a concept. It is comprised of the conceptual. It lives as of the conceptual. Intelligence is not awareness. Awareness is beyond the conceptual, beyond that which we try to encapsulate it into and call that, like that which the fake, inverted, conditional, conceptual love. I'll only love myself if I can only love because this or that. No, not love. Conceptual, conditional, not love. Awareness. Oh, this thing happened. Whew. Like, I had a very traumatic childhood. A lot of fucking shit happened. I was very unhappy. And through that process, many years, just not feeling safe, not feeling emotionally safe. And so when emotions would come, just stuff uncomfortable, tensing up, resisting, logicking away, diverting my awareness into conceptualizing in conceptual language, blah, 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 and then saying, oh yes, because this happened, I felt this because of this other thing that happened. So I might have created this rather elaborate network of conceptual awareness as if I had something in my back, some stagnant energy, and I conceptualized it as a splinter. Like, oh, I got this splinter in my back because this thing happened then, and then that because of that, because I felt that way, and that thing happened, and I didn't learn, and that happened. And I could write books about it, and then I could write books about those books, and I could make videos, and I could do all this stuff about this splinter in the conceptual, talking, reading, writing about the conceptual splinter. None of that does anything to actually remove or shift the stagnant energy that has been conceptualized as splinter. But I did that. I did that for a long time because I had conceptualized conceptual awareness as awareness, as actual awareness, which is beyond the conceptual. Through my trauma patterns, and the stagnant energy through which, basically that accumulating when these emotions are not allowed to be fully felt, when there's that tensing, that stagnating, that judging, that resisting, that numbing, that turning away from that which feels uncomfortable, that impeding energy flow. And then so that emotion, no longer in motion, it remains stuck, stagnant in the unconsciousness, because we cannot be aware of it with conceptual language. Hence, the splinter, conceptualizing as the splinter, does nothing for that which is beyond the conceptual. And so I talked about this stuff for years. I'm like, yeah, I could see where that's going, and I'm uncovering deeper layers, but still in the conceptual. Still in layers and layers of the conceptual, thinking I'm going deeper by adding more layers of the conceptual. But I've been so fucking emotionally constipated for so much fucking shit for so many fucking years, just accumulating and accumulating and accumulating, getting triggered, and then once again not feeling safe, just having, so used to my emotions being ignored, invalidated, dismissed, belittled, shit on. So through so many years of that, dealing with that, I'd come to do that within inside myself, or reflections of one another, if we want to look past the concept of time. Reflections of one another, of that stagnant energy accumulating within my energy bodies, where I'd feel triggered, and then rather than allow myself to be present with the past in the present, which is the ripple of the future as long as it is the past, it's a thing. It's a paradox. That's a paradox. That's a conceptual paradox of conceptualizing a paradox. Because in allowing that feeling in the present of the past, of the future, of that stagnant energy, that unresolved trauma, that stagnant energy of the original, stagnant energy, that original unresolved trauma, and how that reflects, ripples, fractalizes through what we perceive as time. Through as we allow ourselves to feel in the present, the past that is also the future and is also the present, as we allow ourselves to feel, as we allow energy to flow, as we breathe deeply, awareness, the breath. We cannot be conceptually aware of our breath. We can only be conceptually aware of the word breath. So in that being present with the past, with the future, in the present, allowing energy to flow, allowing to feel, allowing to be present, to feel beyond the conceptual, allowing energy to flow, and then in allowing ourselves to release that stagnant energy, from which that trigger arose. Those ripples, those echoes, those fractalizations of the past, of the future, now in the present, as we let go of that stagnant energy, of which those ripples, fractalizations of what we might conceptualize as triggers are perceived through past, present, future. As we let go of that, we are letting go of that ripple, of that unresolved trauma, of that stagnant energy. And the more that we let go, the more that we allow ourselves, letting go of the unresolved trauma, the stagnant energy, rippling through past, present, future, the more that we allow deep, authentic self-awareness, which is beyond the conceptual. Deep, authentic self-love, which is beyond the conceptual, beyond the conditional. Not because of something we ever did or didn't do, or anyone else ever did or didn't do, or might, or nothing. That's the conceptual. That's the conceptual. Love and awareness and love are beyond the conceptual. And the more that we allow ourselves, letting go of that unresolved trauma, that stagnant energy, we may have been holding on to it for what seems like so long in the perception of time. But as we allow ourselves, letting go of that and its ripples throughout past, present, future, the more we allow, allowing the flow of awareness beyond the conceptual, love beyond the conceptual, within, and as a reflection, the external world. The reflections of one another. The more we let go of this inverted conceptual conditional awareness, this inverted conceptual conditional love. The more we allow awareness, the more we allow love to flow within, reflected, external world. And the more we allow awareness and love to flow within, and that reflection, external world, the more we allow ourselves to let go of the stagnant energy, the unresolved trauma, and the more I could keep going on and on and on. But yeah, reflections of one another, letting go, stagnant energy, letting go of unresolved trauma, letting go of stagnant energy, and allowing awareness and love to flow. And that letting go of that unresolved trauma, that stagnant energy that had been existing, persisting in unconsciousness, because we conceptually convinced ourselves that we were aware of it, because we were conceptually aware of it. And so we convinced ourselves that we were aware of it, while only actually being conceptually aware. And conceptual awareness can only ever point towards awareness beyond the conceptual, as conceptual language can only ever point towards that which is beyond the conceptual. So, through convincing ourselves, conceptually convincing ourselves that conceptual awareness was actual awareness, that unresolved trauma, that stagnant energy still existed beyond the light of awareness beyond the conceptual. These stagnant energy patterns, this unresolved trauma, the stagnant energy patterns, we might conceptualize them as ego. And if we're identifying as ego, we're identifying, well, as stagnant energy, as unresolved trauma. And if we perceive unresolved trauma, stagnant energy, ego as our identity, we are perceiving ourselves as stagnant energy. Stagnant energy form, and where we allow awareness and love beyond the conceptual to flow within, we allow ourselves to let go of that unresolved trauma, that stagnant energy. But if we have identified as that as ego, then that's the reflection of avoiding awareness, avoiding actual awareness, avoiding that by pretending that conceptual awareness is actual awareness, pretending that this conditional, conceptual, inverted, fake love is actual love. That way, we are never actually feeling, experiencing, maybe not never, but rather than feeling awareness and love beyond the conceptual, we are preoccupied with conceptually convincing ourselves that we are experiencing love and awareness through conceptual awareness and through the fake, inverted, conceptual, conditional love. Through that, they remain in the realm of the conceptual. And awareness is beyond the realm of the conceptual. So there they remain, thinking that with us thinking conceptually that we're conceptually aware, thinking that we're aware of them, but we're only conceptually aware. And they persist beyond awareness beyond the conceptual. So why am I doing air quotes? Beyond awareness, they exist beyond. I think you know what I'm saying. I think deep down, they're existing. These stagnant energy forms are only in conceptual. We have the conceptual awareness rather than the awareness beyond the conceptual. So we think we're aware, but we're only conceptually aware. We think we're experiencing love, but we're only conceptualizing love. And hence, the unresolved trauma, the stagnant energy, remains in the unconsciousness, with us thinking that we're aware of it. Because that's a concept. But as reflections, fractalizations, if we have this stagnant energy imprint, this unresolved trauma, this stagnant energy with which we identify as, and we might conceptualize it as ego, well, it's a stagnant energy form. So when we allow awareness and love to flow, we allow ourselves to let go of unresolved trauma and stagnant energy. And if we're identifying as that unresolved trauma, that stagnant energy, well, that's form becoming formless. Form becoming formless. Stagnant energy form becoming formless. And if that's what we identify as, we're like perceiving that as death. And hence, that's like a reflection, or that's a reflection of conceptualizing awareness as awareness, and conceptualizing fake, inverted, conceptual, conditional love as love. That way, that way we conceptually convince ourselves that we are aware. Well, we are only conceptually aware. And then we're not allowing that awareness and that love flowing. We're not allowing that letting go of that unresolved trauma, that stagnant energy. But when we allow ourselves to breathe deeply, when we feel triggered, breathe. Deeply. In presence, allowing feeling the emotion. Allow feeling what is arising from the trigger that is arising from that unresolved trauma, from that stagnant energy. And in allowing this feeling, and allowing this presence, and allowing deep breathing, allowing the energy to flow, rather than tensing, resisting, logicking away, conceptualizing, judging, diverting attention, looking away, diverting awareness away, diverting away into conceptual awareness masquerading as actual awareness, and actually being present and feeling beyond the conceptual, that which has arisen from the trigger that has arisen, or we might say are reflections of that unresolved trauma, that stagnant energy. As we allow ourselves in presence, breathing deeply, allowing ourselves feeling beyond the conceptual, allowing ourselves letting go of that unresolved trauma. Stagnant energy. And that allowing go it's like we're letting go of these fake lives. You might say fake, that's a concept, but these lives, to also say they're not fake, paradox, language. In one sense we could say they're fake because they're an energetic reflection or ripple or fractalization of an energy pattern, a reflection of where love and awareness are flowing within, and where we have stagnant energy impedance, where we haven't been allowing awareness beyond the conceptual and love beyond the conceptual to flow. So as we let go more and more of this unresolved trauma, stagnant energy, we're letting go of that fake, that's not fake life, that is a reflection of it. And as we are allowing more and more awareness beyond the conceptual and love beyond the conceptual to flow, we are allowing ourselves to experience, we are allowing the reflection, the ripple, the fractalization beyond time of experiencing, of feeling, experiencing a life, whatever we might conceptualize that or not, of love, of awareness, of love beyond the conceptual. Feeling, experiencing, experiencing awareness, love, awareness, love, feeling beyond feeling, experiencing beyond experiencing, knowing beyond knowing. Through allowing, awareness, love flowing. Through allowing, letting go of unresolved trauma, letting go of stagnant energy, and allowing awareness, love beyond the conceptual flowing.